Well, howdy.
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 There it is.
That's our audience. Hey, thanks,
Fell
guys.
asleep waiting on
Yeah.
us. How in the heck is everybody? Man, that is, hang on a second.
Having a little in-studio audio issues right here.
That's what we get for taking 7 months off.
That's right. We should know better by now, right?
Sure should. Sure should. You'd think we'd
But
be
after
seasoned pros.
after 7 months, 30 minutes ain't that bad, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, if you waited this long.
Yeah, if you like compound all the 5-10 minutes during that 7 months that we would have had you waiting, it's still pretty good.
Right. Exactly. All right. Well, let us go to the comments. Beautiful. Okay,
Right.
so Steven, I'm not even worried about it because I just realized I didn't even set that up. Let me mute this. Steven says, me checks his watch. Yep. I'm saying it was a typo. I totally meant to put 7:30.
That's right. You were talking about 7:30.
I thought so.
You were. We're right on time then.
Yeah. And we've got Chris Hankins with us. What's up, Chris? 7:28 on the dot.
That's right. We're early.
Just for you. Oh, man. Let's see here. We got Marty here with us. Hey, Marty.
Hi.
My commenter clicker thingy is slow as all get out today. I swear I hit that.
There you
we go.
are.
Hey there, Jared and Josh. How's it going, Marty? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in and joining us. Did you see how long that took?
Yeah, I saw
That's
how
what I've
long
been
that
fighting.
took.
You can now see the reason why we've been late. Seriously. Julie says, hey, friends. Got back home from the lake. Still recovering. Back to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Womp, womp,
It was good
womp.
to see him this week,
It
you
was
know?
so good to see them. I feel like it's been far too long, my friends. Far too long. Does it still feel honky in here? Like my vocals sound like it's a radio. Does it sound like that at home, or is it fine? I feel like it's here.
I think it's here. Got a little boominess there. Were you? Well, that's probably the reason. You turned the highs back up. You turned them. Oh, okay.
This should sound much better.
Yeah.
And it does.
Yeah. For us, anyway. I think
Yeah.
they're fine at home.
Yeah. All right. Matt's here. Hey, Matt. Good to see you, buddy. He says, what's up?
Sup.
Sup, bro.
Sup, buh.
Sup. Sounds great here. Well, good. Glad to hear that it does. This is going to be an entertaining night full of delayed responses because that's how long it takes. And we are on
Okay,
direct
yeah.
Ethernet. Audio Roast is now
So
hiring for an IT crew.
So click on the next comment. Click. Click. And there it is.
This is absurd. Why
Yeah.
do I pay this much money every month for something that works this poorly?
It's for them out there. It's for the folks.
It's for you, only you. It's for all of our beloved viewers. We make dreams come true at 7:28. Oh my gosh!
All
I've
right,
missed just
yeah.
hanging out and being a dork.
Well, you don't
it
have to
sounds like
hang
your
out to be a
voice,
dork.
says Steven. What's that?
So you don't have to hang out to be a dork.
No.
I think
All I
that's
gotta
just
do is
your
open
kind of-
my trap. Julia says, also struggling with no laptop as it shot craps last week. Shot craps.
Yeah.
It's a gambling
It crapped
laptop.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you take your gamble every time you use it.
You got to know when to fry 'em. Your computer's dead, yeah. All right, on my little tablet, so I may develop a case of Jared 19. We are on board with the case of Jared 19. For those of you who don't remember, we used to have friends that used to do a podcast, and I would
yeah.
comment on theirs so frantically that I would typo every other word that I typed. And so it was in the era of the you know what, and so we called it Jared 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Steven says, I know a guy. Yes, but does he work for free? Of course not. Nobody should.
No.
but yet we do. This Mr. the Sick Ones. Evening, fellas. What's up, Chris? Good to see you, buddy.
Hey.
I always can't remember what the proper etiquette is. Do you just call them by their YouTube name, even if you know them IRL? Or are you just like, what's up, Chris? I'm just going to call everybody Chris that comes in on YouTube tonight.
Is it Mr. the Sick or Mr. the Ones?
Mr. the One.
Mr. the One. Okay.
I mean, maybe.
I know him as the Sick.
The Sick.
The Sick.
Yeah.
We're close personal friends.
Very close. Yeah. I've heard that through the grapevine. All right. So, Josh.
Yes.
I'm putting this all on you, man.
Okay.
What in the wide world of sports have you been up to since we've sat here and chatted last? Because you and I, without giving anything away, have been here in the studio working on a lot of other stuff.
We have been.
Where people have not seen your face for a while. So before we go to that, let's catch up with what's new in your world.
Are you thinking anything particular or just
what's going on with your band? How's work been?
We have a regular group of musicians that keep funneling through.
Speaking of Jared 19,
just when
have you heard of Identity Crisis 19?
Oh my gosh. Just when we think we've got one pulled back in, they flee back out. I mean, it's amazing how hard it is to keep musicians.
It really is.
It really is. But, we're still playing gigs. August 12th is our next at the Outland.
Playing with some metal bands.
So we're going to have to find the hardest songs in our set and just and amp them up a little bit.
What are your 3 hardest songs? And by hardest, you mean heaviest and like most metal friendly.
I'd say the Tool.
The Tool?
The
Tool.
The Tool one. The Tool. That would be Sober.
Okay.
We used to do Thunder Kiss, but we haven't played that in a long time.
Okay.
Man in the Box.
I'm the man in the box.
We'll probably do some Ozzy Crazy Train, but we're gonna have to discuss what we got that's really hard.
Right. Yeah.
But we're kind of a palate cleanser because the other bands are like really hard, from what I understand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, now I would go the opposite route and play like the most pop, stick out there as much as you can.
Tracks.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Bring a saxophone player in there.
Sure.
Maybe a flute player.
Yes, you need a flautist.
Yes, we need a flautist.
It's not a heavy metal show
some
without
Jethro
some
Tull. Put in some Jethro Tull.
Let's see here.
Other than that, I've just been Ubering and working.
Yeah.
Getting dunked. I got dunked last weekend.
Oh, I heard all about
that.
Yeah. Mr. the Sick One says we finally got a new lead guitarist after 3 failures and 4 no-shows. LOL, the struggle is real.
Yes, Mr.
It's
the
a
Sick
real
One.
deal.
It is.
Yeah. People wonder about my bands. Hey, what's going on with your bands? When are you ever going to play? Well, we had to go through the same thing, and well, what you guys know is Metal Militia. We haven't even announced our name, and we've been that for 6 months.
Yeah.
So,
well, if you decide to get into music as a profession or avocation, there's probably something seriously wrong with you anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, this or artistic, shall we say?
Right. Yeah.
It's a fun way of saying eccentric.
Yeah. Yep. Julia says, just play I'll Remember You. It'll be fine.
Okay.
It will be fine.
Yeah.
If you know.
We do 18 in Life, too.
Yeah, see, but that's different.
It's a different song. It's a different song. Yes, I will agree.
Right.
You are right. It is different.
I'm questioning if Josh.
Oh, I remember.
There it is.
Yeah, okay.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Now I remember.
That's why I even sang it to help him out, and he still.
Yeah. Yes.
Welcome back. Yeah. So, talk to me about the dunk tank.
The dunk tank. We raised money for.
Who's we?
We Archie's.
Okay.
Archie's Bar. Well, Lounge. I'm sorry.
Archie's Lounge.
Archie's Lounge, to be specific. Very, very loungy. They had this weekend. They had their Summer Olympics, their Bar Olympics, and they also had a dunk tank as a fundraiser for like an animals charity and Easy Living, because Angie's daughter is a program supervisor, kind of what I do, but for Easy Living. So we raised some money for them, and I volunteered to be in the dunk tank and Saturday night, I believe there was me, then Scott, then
Scott
Aaron,
Henry. Yeah.
yeah, and Jimmy James. It was like closing the night out with Dunk, your favorite or least favorite musician.
Right. Yeah. Your favorite musician to really want to mess with.
Right.
Yeah.
I called out some people too.
You did?
I did
You
on
did.
Facebook. I did.
You did. All over the place.
I did, but they didn't show up.
You also went through a very emo phase.
I did go through an emo phase.
Would you care to address your emo phase, sir?
Are you talking about the weird
You know what
posts?
I'm talking
The
about.
weird posts. I just started posting weird stuff to see what people would react to.
And?
Not a whole lot of
Nobody
reaction.
reacted.
I got a couple of people that sent me private messages that said, "Dude, are you okay?" And I really appreciate that. But it was just kind of an experiment to see if people recognize like major shifts in personalities all of a sudden.
Right.
That's just what I did. Plus, it was fun to mess with people.
Yeah, of course. I
Yeah.
mean, it's you. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very Andy Kaufman-esque.
Right? Yeah. Thank you very much. Steven says, Josh UA sounded slamming in that bass on Jam Night.
Yeah, just inside it, all inside it. Yeah, thank you, Steven. I appreciate that.
Yeah, good stuff.
I wish we had played "I Remember You" though.
I mean, I thought you did.
Yeah. Well, I started going into it, but
yeah.
but it didn't it turned into Brick House.
Right. Yes. Okay, so that's that.
That is that.
What else? And tell me about your Ubering. Any fun stories that we've missed out on since we chatted
Fun
last?
Ubering stories.
Pretty sure last time we chatted, somebody left their phone in their car, and that was a whole.
Yeah. No, we've discussed that here.
That's what I'm saying. That was the last thing that we discussed. Yeah.
No. I try to avoid the weird situations. I've had some like people from England in there, and get a lot of people from England. And what's really crazy, people from out of state.
Do they sit on the left side or the right side?
Whatever side I pull up on. So, a lot of people from out of state. I had a guy from Chicago said, "Man, you guys got a lot of homeless here." A guy from Chicago.
Yeah. It's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know if we want to get into the homeless issue, but
Right.
apparently people from big cities notice that we have homeless. So just put that into your mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yay, internet.
Yeah.
Because you can see us all over the lists of top 10 worst places to live.
Yeah.
And we're up there. Or worst crime in the country or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did drive by that accident the other day.
Did you? The
I
one
did.
over at Kansas?
Yeah, I mean, it had happened probably maybe 20 minutes before I got there, probably, because, yeah. Though all those pictures that you saw of it, I drove right by that. Nothing had been moved. Yeah, it was a
crazy.
terrible
I
accident.
hate hearing that first and foremost, but it really kind of like sends a shiver down your spine when it's like the route that you take all the time.
It looked unreal. It looked like it had been staged. It looked like it was a movie set.
Yeah,
It
four
really
car accident.
Yeah,
The fatality.
one on its side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yep. But that's about the craziest thing I've really seen lately.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Julia says, "Dang, Steven, your YouTube avatar photo ID is
Yeah.
much longer and grayer hair now. Still the same ass.
No.
I mean sass." Matt, what have you been up to? Here I am, still wanting to move back to Springfield. Hey, it's you're up in the like Clinton, Missouri area or somewhere in there. Is that right? Not a whole lot going on there. I don't blame you for wanting to come down here. So
Yeah.
what have we been busy doing here in the studio? You wanna be the one to do the big announcement?
It's
the big announcement.
It's your baby. You announce it. We've been doing stuff.
It is my baby.
It is your baby.
Yeah, so it's one of those things that we talked about here on, in fact, our last chat, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And we were like, hey, do we want to keep doing what we're doing with Audio Roast? Do we want to split off and do a second channel, basically, of the cooking that we really started getting into a lot? And we got a lot of people saying, well, I kind of like not knowing what we're getting into when we hit Audio Roast. And I'm like, I totally get that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really want to try to take that cooking show and make it as big as we can
Yeah.
without trying to consolidate it into only using local musicians and stuff like that as a lot of our go-to guests and stuff. A lot of the shows we don't even have guests on, which is fine. But my thought behind that was not only do I want to try and let the cooking thing have its own legs, but we still want to deliver on the when you hit audio roast, you don't know what you're going to get thing.
Right.
When we kick that back up, and we'll talk about that in a second. But so we have officially moved my cup. We have officially killed off rock and roll recipes. Oh, you got the thing, but I don't. Oh, hang on, I got you.
Yeah. We're gonna. I thought you were gonna be able to advance.
Somewhere I got a mouse.
Okay. So we've officially killed off rock and roll recipes, and has become its own channel.
Correct.
And
Yeah, so that cooking show.
that cooking show.
We decided to rebrand. We're like,
that
well, what we're
cooking
pulling
show.
Oh, dang it, I almost
other
had
way.
it.
Yeah, we got to point at each other.
That. Oh yeah, because it's
That
in the middle.
It's right in the middle. Yeah.
That cooking show.
That cooking
We
show.
decided, the rock and roll recipes thing. It worked for what it was, for when it was. I can't do it. But again, with trying to get as big of a reach, we thought rock and roll recipes is a lot to try and get out of your mouth and to try and remember whenever you're like, oh, what was that show that he said he did? Versus, what's the name of your cooking show?
Have you seen that cooking show? I've seen
that cooking show.
Yeah, I've seen that cooking show.
It's
Yeah.
that cooking show.
Yeah.
And it just kind of out of the blue, I was like, well, that's simple. I wonder if anybody has it. Nope. I went and got it on everything. So you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, which is where we post our videos. It's the only place we'll post videos of the full recipes and stuff. And I got a TikTok.
You got a TikTok?
And I hate it. I hate
oh my
that I have a
gosh.
TikTok.
China is going to steal all your information, dude.
Well, they'll steal my recipes, and it won't be that cooking show anymore. No, so we have been filming quite a bit of those. In fact, I just uploaded right before we went live this week's episode. But that cooking show, and it's
you made some killer recipes too, dude.
What's that?
Made some killer recipes too.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It's everyday food for everyday people. We do things that aren't out of reach for people that want to get into cooking and stuff. Meaning, you don't have to go find like Swedish halibut or, we're not making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches either. We're kind of in the middle ground of, hey, if you want to get into cooking, this is a good place to start. Right. You don't have to be a French chef to know names of things and know techniques of things. That's what we're here for.
Good recipes, but not like crazy ingredients. You're not going to be using saffron threads. And
right, exactly. Yes, exactly. Yeah, they're things that you can
or
get.
Fancy finishing salts.
Well, most of the ingredients I get, you can get here at your local grocery store, whether in Springfield, Kansas City, St. Louis, or Chicago, or wherever.
Yeah.
So, and if you can't, you can Amazon it, because that's where I get my ingredients that I can't get a hold of, which is sketchy AF, but it works. No, it's not.
You prime those guys, huh?
I do. Yeah. I got 2 ingredients from France.
Really?
Yeah. I think I showed you both of them. One of them we'll be using on next week's show.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that being said, that's what's been going on in the wide world of that cooking show. Yeah. It's funny how slow this is. Steven says, better, Julia? Oh, my gosh. I love that. That's amazing. Yes, that's way better. I don't care what Julia says. That's way better. Clinton. Yep. Okay. He's from Clinton, Missouri.
We'll say this one more time.
And pretty much. Mr. The Sick One says, props for coming up with an easy, original, available name. Thank you, man. Yeah, it was one of those. So, true story, the thing that I thought of was, other things that have simple names to it that is like, oh, I kind of get an idea of what that is. The one that stood out to me the most actually came from when I was looking at redesigning the set, if you will. And I was thinking like, oh, maybe some like chain link fence in front of a black wall or something would be kind of cool for rock and roll recipes because it's, you know, shows kind of rock and roll or something. I don't know. And then I thought about that and like, you know, that kind of reminds me of the set from that metal show, which is on VH1 Classic. And I was like, that metal show, that cooking show, that 70s show. And I'm like, sure, let's Google it. Nobody had it.
That name was free.
Yeah. And here's what's funny is the first episode that we did of that cooking show, we recorded as rock and roll recipes. So we're like, today on rock and roll recipes. And I had to like edit around all that. So if it's like janky on the first episode, that's why.
Well, you can just overdub, right? Couldn't you just?
I should have just put like a picture of Godzilla and just been like, that cooking show. That cooking show. Yeah.
Could have done a Tootsie Fruitsy.
Tootsie Fruits. Asian food is really fun to learn. Yeah, I'm really getting into Asian food, actually. That's one of those things I've never dabbled in a lot, and it's really fun. Like, once you stick your toes in the water on Asian food, the rest is kind of easy. But there's like there's kind of a wall there that's intimidating. It's like, I need all this crap, you know, I need oyster sauce and hoisin sauce and soy sauce and
fish sauce.
All these sauces. Yeah, and you just buy them, and then you have them, and then the world is your oyster sauce. Yeah. Oh my God. Steven, what a punk. 19-year-old Steven. I hate looking for a new local band or such and finding 100 other bands with the same name. Got to do the research. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times, not even just local, but like there will be a band that's playing here in town and they're from Kansas City. And so like I don't have a lot of mutual friends with the band, so when you go to search, it doesn't pull them up.
Right.
For example, that cooking show, whenever I search without liking it, it's hard to find until it starts getting traction. But same thing, and it's like you have to here's an example. So Blood Moon was playing last night at Kiss.
Right.
I tried to pull up their page because my bandmates were like, oh, what are they like? I'm like, I don't know. Let me look. Couldn't find them. And so I had to search for Kiss Bar and Grill.
Right.
Go to the event for tonight. Click the who it's hosted by, and then I got to their page. And I'm like, oh, what a pain in the butt. You know? But yeah, same thing. Simple name, you would think it'd pull up, but there's 800 other Blood Moons.
Right.
I was ready to get a tarot reading or something, I guess. So yeah, it is a process for sure. But I will say this, it really forces you to be creative, and it really makes, in my opinion anyway, because the same thing happened with the name of the audio roast. Whenever it hits you, it's like a ton of bricks. It's like, oh, that's it. There's no, this is the one. It's not even a question. It's like, that's what we need to go with. So yeah. The more you know. How did Identity Crisis get their name?
Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Same thing.
Yeah.
Like just boom, there it is.
She just want to call it that. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of other identity crises. Crises. Yes, a lot of others, but we're us, and we're just trying to be us.
Yeah. Well, and for what you guys do with your set list, like your set list is an identity crisis.
It really is.
So, which is great. All right. So in other world news, should we talk about what we're expecting to happen soon?
Probably ought to, because
even though we don't have an announcement to make on it per se. Okay.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Julia says, fun fact: I do tarot readings. I can bring my deck next time I visit.
Witchcraft.
She's a witch.
Burner.
Burner.
She turned me into a new.
Yeah. I saw on Facebook a meme that had, they were selling coconuts at the grocery store and it said Monty Python horse shoes or something.
Yeah. Chet Smith posted that.
There, it was. You have a way better memory than I do. I don't remember that.
I commented on it. I said,
there you go.
This is where they got the coconuts because when they went to the castle, where'd you get the coconuts?
Yep. All right. So in other news,
I'm
moving on. I want the world to know. Got to let it show. Yeah, we're moving.
We are.
Y'all. Yay.
Talk about being homeless. We're going to be on the street corner.
I mean,
we'll broadcast for Pop-Tarts.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Sure will. Yeah, so we're going to be moving. We don't know for sure where. But we will be. Let me back that up a little bit. RC Flea Mart will be moving, which is where we have our studio that we use for all that we do.
Yeah, we finally can reveal the secret of the location.
Right.
Yeah.
RC Flea Mart. Yeah, it's no secret. But anyway, so we're going to be staying with RC Flea Mart and moving with them to their new location, which has not yet been found, revealed, whatever. Nothing's official.
Yeah, they're in the process of acquiring new digs.
Yeah. So I'm honestly excited. When it comes to this kind of stuff, I kind of enjoy change.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't enjoy is the thought of moving all this. And I also don't enjoy all the work that everybody put into these four walls.
Yeah. There was a lot of work that went into this.
A lot. Mm-hmm. And just the fact that all of us came together and worked together on it, it's like, man.
Yeah, this has been our home for, what, a year? Over a year?
And it's like, I really thought this was going to be where we're going to be.
Yeah.
And which is why we're sticking with RC Flea Mart with Richard and Kaneda, because we enjoy sharing space with them. And I enjoy the fact that even after a year, they're not like, God, you guys are annoying. You doing another show? They're like, man, we love it when you're here.
Yeah.
You know, and there's just something to be said about that. So, yeah, I hate looking at, it's hard for me to even look at the walls right now because I'm like, God, I just see all the work that went into it. But we'll take all that with us, and we'll make the new space great wherever it may be.
Or what about this? We just go full rock star and tear everything up.
Ooh, I like it. We need more patrons for that.
Do we? Okay.
Yeah, at $45 a panel. Yeah.
So we're going to pull that stuff off. Huh?
Yeah. Yep. Apparently it can be pulled off.
Okay.
Oh.
I thought it was here. I thought
I know, right?
the next business was going to inherit this. It's like, we worked so hard getting this up.
Yeah.
I don't want to pull it down.
Yeah. And it's funny because it's like people see these walls and they're like, oh, they're just there. There were no walls in this room when we started. None. Like there is studs built. There's drywall behind us. You and I even like put these panels and stuff down on the floor. Like, do we want them to face this way or do we want them to face this way? So yeah, that's the kind of thing that every time when I walk in here, I look at them like, yeah, we make good choices, you know, and I like it. But that being said, I know that we'll make new choices with the new place too. So it'll be good. It's just daunting the amount of work that it's going to take.
I'm interested to see what the set will actually look like.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I will say that, and I don't want to say this to sound pretentious or that like, oh, I'm all knowing or I'm some freaking design whiz. I'm not. But I do have kind of a brain that works well with kind of not sketching out, but sketching
design
out. Designing
and spatial.
Yeah, kind of. So this room, what we see here, like what you guys can't see in these behind the camera, inside these four walls, I made before we even moved into the place.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is like what I want. I want these colors. I want this.
Mm-hmm.
I want this desk to be right here, and I want it to face at an angle like this. And that was all planned out before we even started painting anything. So I'm excited to do that again for the new place. It's just always one of those things. You can plan something out on paper or a computer or whatever.
This came really, really close.
It really did. It really did. And there's always those variables.
And you created it on SimCity, right?
Yeah, The Sims. Yeah.
There was a virtual set that looked like
there
this.
is. Yeah, if anybody wants to see it, I might pull it up at some point and maybe do a screen share on Patreon or something. But anyway, so yeah, it's come a long ways, and we've done so many fun things within the confines of these four walls. And when I say so many fun things, we've done so many things, period. I mean, between oh crap, we need to hurry up and have a band practice, or we're gonna do some filming for a cooking show, or we're gonna play some games, or we're gonna have people here and have a party, or okay, well that was weird, or that kind of thing, and it's been good to us. So we're moving, but on to better and bigger things. I don't know why I said that, because it's not bigger.
It could be smaller and worse.
It could be smaller and worse.
We'll deal with it. You'll never know.
Yeah.
Except if we start complaining, which we kind of tend to do.
We kind of, that's our shtick. So yeah, there was something else I was going to say, but I forgot. So let's jump over to the comments.
Up a little bit. There's. In fact, okay, yeah. Golly.
Right. Deb says, Dame Julia, I have tarot. There you go. We love good tarot readers. I've never had a reading done, but I'm not. I don't even care about astrology and that. So. Sorry, I don't care. It applies to everybody.
You mean you don't believe that people that were born in the same time span are going to have this exact same future and
I
and
probably
the same
shouldn't
day?
get into all that.
Are you a skeptic? You're a skeptic, aren't you?
So ask your question again.
Okay.
Use the same words and say it slower.
So you don't believe?
Stop.
You don't believe?
That
you don't
question
believe?
will always be correct.
No.
Right.
No, I
I
don't.
don't believe.
No.
Yeah. Steven says, I did my panel for my paranormal investigation show Friday night at a metaphysical convention in KC. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it was a lot like this, but with microphones that worked and cables that probably worked as soon as you got there.
Right.
Must be nice, Steven.
Is it on
No, it's
YouTube? Oh, I'm sure that they're going to mention
Oh,
something.
yeah, let me,
Go ahead.
Let's catch up. Tarot everywhere with well-known people. You can see it on YouTube. I thought it went very well. Well, please do hit us with that linkity link. And finally, Deborah says, I love paranormal as well. I enjoy the stories of that kind of stuff. Period.
Yeah.
I love rock and roll.
I don't.
You don't? Not
Tired
okay,
of-
no.
Okay, so just dirty little secret.
Mister. That's how I chose to read that. Maybe it's this. I don't put stock on tarot and such, but totally believe in aliens.
LOL.
Oh, Mr. the Sick One, I'm scared of aliens. Yeah. So funny story. Whenever I was a kid in the 90s, there used to be a show called Unsolved Mysteries. Sure, everybody remembers that? Maybe not. I don't know.
Robert Stack.
Huh?
Robert Stack.
Yeah. So they would run a lot of like missing peoples and stuff, but every now and then, more often than not, they would like end the show with an alien story. You know?
Right.
And there was one time we were sitting in our front room. My sister is on the floor. Mom's on the couch brushing her hair. You know, she's in her nightgown, like just getting ready for bed kind of thing. And I was sitting there, and Mom's brushing my sister's hair and sets a brush down. And all of a sudden, they show like an alien on TV.
Yeah.
You know, like, a reenactment is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so then all of a sudden, my sister looks at me and goes, like that. And I pick the brush up and go, like that. And I popped her 2 front teeth out. And they had already fell out, and these were her adult teeth. So my sister has 2 fake front teeth because of aliens.
Or Unsolved Mysteries.
Right, yeah. Not anything to do with a me now
No.
big brother. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you the alien story sometime. Tell us now, man. We're chatting. Shoot. Use your voice to
If
text.
you want to hear an alien story, listen to Love Comes Walking In.
That's right. Mr.
That's
Sammy Hagar.
Mr. Sammy Hagar wrote that
Contact.
about his belief that he was abducted by an alien.
Mm-hmm. No probing, but abduction.
No. Love Comes Walking In. I mean, that could be
Well,
euphemism.
I mean, I guess. Yeah.
Once you know that that's what it's about, you recognize it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because before I learned that, it was like, I don't know what I thought the song was about. because I didn't think that much into the lyrics until the chorus.
Right.
And it's like, oh, it's probably a love song or whatever.
Well, I could see it being applicable to a relationship, contact with somebody else.
Sure.
How you make you feel you lose your place and space and time and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I could see that.
Yeah.
But it's much more face value than what you
You're right.
think it's.
Yeah. Mr. The Sick One says, I've seen 2 ghosts and 3 UFOs. Ghosts freak me out. UFOs fascinated me.
Did you check to see if it wasn't an old amusement park owner that was wearing a mask instead of a ghost? Because in my experience, that's what they tend to be.
Yeah. Coworkers?
No, just Scooby Doo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I've never had any dealings with ghosts. I've never had a UFO sighting. I had vivid dreams of
Yes.
a UFO landing in my backyard when I was a kid, stuff like that. But people will be like, well, then that means it really happened. They
Right.
washed your brain.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm not a believer in ghosts.
I'm a believer. Why is everything a song? Because it is.
It is.
Look who's here. Chris Press.
Chris Press.
Go for it, Josh UA.
Hi. Closest thing to aliens for me is when I was 7, I saw a flashing flying saucer over the church. Well, maybe they were just needing some religion down the road from me. I moved around a tree to get a better look, and it zoomed away. Coincidence? What's that? KT? I can't read those last 2 letters.
Yeah, K-I-T.
KIT.
K-T.
KT.
I think an alien typed her.
Probably. Hey, experience is experience.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That would be, I don't know what my reaction would be if I actually saw something. I'm like, yeah, that's not a plane and that's not a helicopter.
Right.
I don't know what my reaction would be. I'd probably be kind of scared.
Yeah.
Depending, first of all, how low it was, and is it moving or is it like just sitting there? I'm like, yeah, I probably wouldn't.
It's a weather balloon. They're all weather balloons.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
That's what they say. Weather balloons.
Everything's a weather balloon. Everything's fine.
Personally, I think it's just government testing new spacecraft. A lot of that stuff.
Yeah, I think it's Elon Musk.
It is. It could be.
Speaking of Elon Musk,
Yeah.
and
Cage
aliens.
fight. Cage fight.
Stage fright.
Cage fight.
Oh yeah, with him and Zuckerberg. Yeah, yeah. My money's totally on Zuckerberg, by the way.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
You think so?
Yeah, Elon Musk is built like a pile of putty.
The pile
Zuckerberg
of Musk.
is actually a cyclist, if I remember.
Oh, really?
Right. Yeah, he's at least moderately
Yeah,
athletic.
probably have some endurance.
But anyway, I just read today that as of possibly tomorrow, Twitter might lose their bird, their little blue bird.
Really?
And Twitter might not be Twitter anymore. It might become
Threads?
X.
Really?
Yeah. There's some weird fascination that Elon has with the letter X.
Yeah.
SpaceX. I think his kid's name is something.
It's got some sort of
pronunciation
yeah.
of X or something. Yeah. So we'll see. I bet you it doesn't happen. That's my take.
That's a huge brand to change.
It's ignorant. To
Be
change
like
in my opinion.
Coca-Cola becoming something else.
Becoming law. Because that's where we're going next. Is letters and sounds instead of words. Yeah. Crazy. Right. Deb says, we lived in Gulfport, Mississippi when those 2 dudes got picked up off their fishing pier in Pascagoula?
Pascagoula. I think it's supposed to be Pascagoula or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kessler AFB had radar set up on the beach. Jeez. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. Like, our government has said, yeah, okay, we kind of kayfabe the whole unidentified flying objects thing.
Right.
And have come out and said, yeah, no, they're a thing. So, which doesn't necessarily, and people mistake this a lot too. It doesn't mean that there's aliens flying them. It could be it's some unidentified from a different country, something that flies. That's all it means. Or it could be there's big 7 foot tall
could be
future basketball players Flying a saucer. Typos. Coincidence. It was by church. I think not. Mr. the Sick One says swamp ass. I mean swamp gas. Let's call it twatter. Yeah, no kidding. It's full of them.
I think that's twatter.
Yeah, well, you know. Oops.
Right.
Come on. Ghost story wise, I was in college, and at the 3 a.m. hour, I had to use the restroom. I just get into a stall. I see dark feet walk next to the stall next to me. It's
Why they gotta be dark feet?
right, yeah.
Huh?
When I get done, the door slams open with no one. FYI, YouTube restricts how many letters we can write down, and it's not fair.
With no one, I'm assuming there.
No one there.
Yeah.
No one there.
No one there.
I don't know why I just went Clint Eastwood, but you know. We will wait for Christy so that we can then know the rest of the story.
Yeah.
In the meantime, in between time for another swig. Yeah, so going back, that's what I was going to mention before we switched gears was audio roast and what we're doing.
Right.
With that. So Josh and I are still, and I think, by all means, tell me to say, I don't know, man.
I think it's a good time to bow out in the change. Yeah.
There you go. Good night.
See you guys.
We're still fully on board with ideas of audio roast and the original ideas and format of the thing, and we're ready to get back into full swing with that. But now with the move looming, that seems like a bad word to use, but looming, it's like we don't want to start filming things and then have to wait however long before we're torn down, moved over, set up, and then recording again. So kind of like what we're joking about with the start of tonight's show. You've waited this long.
Right.
Probably going to have to wait another month. So, yeah. And that being said, that's what we've really been busy with is with that recording show. With that cooking show, we've been recording multiple episodes at a time.
That cooking show.
There you go.
There, yeah, right there.
Multiple episodes at a time so that we have some in the can for whenever we get ready to move.
Right in the can.
Right in the can.
Right in the can.
Right in the old can.
Straight up the can.
Right in the can. So that way when we move, we don't miss a beat. We won't have to record that whole time.
You miss a beat, you lose the rhythm.
There you go. That's it. But we have been working frantically and a lot of long hours, which I want to say publicly thank you for.
No problem.
It's funny. So here's an example. Today's episode that I posted was just, I think it was like 10 minutes and 11 seconds is all that episode was.
Really?
And you know how long we were here doing that.
Yeah, I do.
Hours.
Yes.
Hours.
Yeah. We don't have that pre-prepared stuff going on.
Mm-mm.
We cook it here.
Yeah, it's a real cooking show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, we've been busting our booties to do all that and get that as prepared as we can for the inevitable downtime of when we move.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've been actually sitting around thinking of recipes and coming up with recipes.
Yeah?
So yeah,
I love that.
I've got one that I'm
You know,
wanting to present.
we might as well announce what else you've been prepping
Yeah.
for.
Well, wing.
Might as well get a little
wing.
hype going.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we're gonna
We're
do a
gonna
little
talk about
wing
that.
off.
We're gonna do a little wing off. That's right. I made some wings this week just as kind of a test.
Yeah.
Changed the recipe up that I had been using.
Okay.
Added a couple different things.
Nice.
So yeah.
So we're not going to go into extreme detail, but on that cooking show, expected in August, we're going to be doing a wing off. Now, what does that mean?
I'm not real sure yet. We haven't really talked about how. Have you figured out how we're gonna do it?
To a certain extent, yeah.
Okay.
So I almost said too much. So it's going to be people that are already determined. So people are like, oh, I want to come. Trust me, this place is not big enough for like 8 people. I wish.
It's not
My
Wingapalooza.
God, do I wish. If we could film some kind of like wing off of Great British Bake Off, I'm all for it. We don't have the space. So that's not what we're doing. But we are going to have, it's going to be several people.
Mm-hmm.
Those several people are going to make their wings in secret here in the studio. And that's all I'll say about that for now. But anyway, they'll make the wings. We will then have judges come in. I'm thinking 3 judges come in and do a blind taste test. So they'll have, here's a plate, here's a plate, and here's a plate. And you're going to take each one. You don't know who made what. And you're just going to determine who the winner is based on a certain set of criteria. And then whoever wins that, what we will do is take their recipe, let them come in, we'll record a full-on them doing that cooking show. This is how I make my wings, my award-winning wings here on the show. And then we'll upload it to Patreon, let it sit there for a while, and then do it as a bonus show on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. Something fun, something different.
Right.
That way I ain't got to stare at myself the whole time I cook.
So yeah, we're doing that.
Yeah. I have not started my prep for that.
Have you not?
So I need to.
Yeah.
I bought
I gotta get some more
wings.
I gotta buy some more wings because I want to try some different approaches on how to do it. So.
Yeah. There's so much I want to say, but I've got to keep my
Me
mouth
too.
shut.
Me too.
Because you and I are in competition.
Yeah.
By the way, we're 2 of the people.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Mm-hmm. Now, are we wanting to do a sauce to go along with it?
We'll get into all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wing
off.
Yeah.
Towards the end of October. Be on the lookout. Oh, yeah. By the way, why don't you go to youtube.com and search for That Cooking Show? I think the temporary name, this will change once we get 100 subscribers. I think it's That Cooking Show 417 or something. I don't remember what it is. But anyway, it's all over my Facebook page. I'll see if I can post a link in the comments here. But yeah, go and hit subscribe and don't miss any episodes. We do an episode a week, the same as what you can expect from, or have been expecting from the audio roast. So yeah. Gosh, I missed all kinds of comments. So thank you so much for joining us. If you're just now joining, our internet, for some reason, is incredibly slow. And so I'm going to click on this comment, and you'll see how slow our internet is. Ready? That's slow. Christopher Seek says, hi, everybody.
Hi, Christopher.
What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man.
We got some comments that we didn't get to above there.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. There we go.
You nailed the ending. No one there. Yep.
I'll take this one.
Alrighty. Whenever it comes up. I have no idea if you will be able to use those hints I recorded for audio roast. Yes. She says, he says yes. But even if you don't, it was fun putting them together. Do I know what we're talking about?
No.
Okay. What are we doing here?
Well, they see you still.
Okay. I'm not seeing me. I'm not even seeing the comments. Yeah. Are you attaching a link? Yeah. All righty. He's going to be posting a link here for you guys. Wow, really?
What?
How long it took to upload that?
Yeah,
link?
isn't that crazy?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah. Okay, so
apparently my show will be mostly people rooting for me to get freaked out by something spooky. Ooh, yeah. They will be disappointed. All right, well, that's fair. Kim says, you're going to need to do something with a crap ton of jalapenos. Can do.
Yeah.
Can do.
Jalapeno jelly. Make some jalapeno jelly.
Right. Yeah, there's all kinds of fun stuff we can do. Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
When we got ready to start filming for the regularness of the cooking show on its own, and then we're like, oh wait, let's change the name and rebrand a little bit too while we're doing this. As that was happening, I sat down and planned out 52 weeks. The next year is already planned out entirely for that cooking show. So, by all means, please send me a recipe, but please don't be like, well, that son of a gun never picked my recipe. Well,
you may have to wait a year.
There's a bit of a wait. Now I will say this: if there's something I'm like, oh, we got to do that before we do this.
Right.
I'll make that happen. But yeah. Point being, unlike Audio Roast, we will be planned to the T. Hopefully that'll change going forward with Audio Roast too. We were really good for a while. We were really good for like a good 6 months.
Right.
Let's see here. Deborah says, I have to brag on myself. Please do. I love it. I made homemade egg rolls and chicken ragoon. No seafood for my middle son. Delish. I want to know what you did for the chicken ragoon. I am not a seafood guy. I'll eat shrimp. I don't like lobster and crab and all that. Like 6 shrimp and I'm good. Like any more, So when you couldn't find a recipe, when I find a recipe that's like it's kind of like that, but with chicken or but with beef or pork, let me know.
Right.
I'm intrigued. Oh, Montecore, that blind taste test sounds awesome. I think I feel a wink, wink. Touche, sir. Touche. Noted. Julia says, I nominate Steven to be a judge on the wing off. All right. I dig it. But can you be here? We will not be shipping wings out for taste tests. Not a wing person, says Deb. Well, what in the world?
Did it just jump on you?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
There we go.
Yep.
This is painful. This is like
Jesus, it's only come up. Come on, man.
Not a wing person, says Deb. Oh, that's sad, but that's okay. It's not for everybody. Well, let me ask you this, Deb. Are you a wing person and not a like buffalo wing sauce kind of gal? Like if it was like an Asian wing, if it was like General Tso chicken but with a wing, would you like that? Is it just the wing itself that you're like
lemon pepper wing?
Right. Yeah. Dang it. Skip the comment. I'll be back to it. Got an announcement coming up for the end of this October as well. Awesome, Christopher. I can't wait to hear about it. Can you at least give us a hint on, is it going to be for Beyond All Means? Is it for your band? Or is it for you? Montecore says, I'll judge up out of some wings. Don't even need to be a special occasion. No doubt. I'm a huge fan of the old chicken wings. And there you go. It looks like a bunch of mumbo jumbo right now. That UC7KPOMNLP will change once we hit 100 subscribers, and you'll just be able to go to youtube.com/thatcookingshow. Chris Press says, I'll volunteer as tribute on taste testing. There you go. Deb says, Montecore, they are all yours. And Christy says, and yes. Wow. This thing's jumping all over the place. And yes, use the link. It was hard to find the page by name. Yeah, it is. I hate that right now, but doggone it, it is. So by all means, please do hit the link, hit subscribe, and the notification bell. But did you know, when you hit the notification bell, it notifies you of what they call personalized, which is highlights.
Right.
Which means like every time I upload, you're not going to get it. You have to hit the notification bell, hit it again, and it'll do a drop down, and you have to hit all. They make it as difficult as it can. I mean, it's easy, but it's more steps than it should be. So, yeah. Thank you for the subscribe button there, though, Christy. Chef Boyar Steve, 52 delicious meals, it sounds like. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing, too. Not every episode is going to be a meal. So if you caught the one that we uploaded tonight, it's actually not a meal at all. It's clarified butter, which is going to be a tool that we use in upcoming episodes and recipes and stuff. So that way, when I'm like, oh, you should really use clarified butter for this, people won't be like, what? Or that's like an intimidating kind of thing. I don't know anything about it. Well, watch our video and make it along with us. You'll get it.
I got the yawnies.
You do. I see it in your eyes. I can see it in your eyes. Taco cook-off. Oh.
A talk-off.
A talk-off. That's what this is, isn't it? It's a good idea. I like that. Julia says, for wings, he can make a special road trip plans. There you go. My kind of guy. Wings, period. It's a personal thing. Totally get it.
Okay.
Totally get it. I get that, like, some people are like, it's not enough meat for the work that you put in. You know, you got to get all messy. And I get that aspect for sure. I think wings are a waste of time. I'm a child. I want boneless or drummies. I'm a boneless fan. Whenever I go out to eat and have wings, I am boneless, period. Because of that, I don't like getting messy. Now, if I'm making them at home and I'm eating them in the privacy of my own home, I don't give a crap how messy I get. But you're not going to see me, like, in a restaurant looking all janky.
Yeah.
That's not my thing.
Then why the mustache?
Never mind, I can't even say. Moving along. Christopher says, bam! And Naughty Nurse Halloween show on stage October 27th at Dime on Patent. Tickets will be available soon.
Cool.
Dude, that's awesome. That's very awesome. Already planning for Halloween. I need to do that with one of my bands.
Mm-hmm.
I might have a show in St. Louis, but
we've
we'll
got
see.
Halloween gigs as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to take care of it. Yeah.
It's going to be the season, man.
Yeah.
That rain that we got this week made me ready for fall.
Dude, it's been chilly the last couple of mornings.
Well, I don't know about all that, but it's not been hot.
Yeah. Well, no, I had to turn on the defrosters on my car.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the heater. I'm like, oh, my God.
Well, basically, so the fog wouldn't fog up yesterday morning when I was Ubering.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was. It was cold.
Kim Hart is here. What's
Hi.
up, Kim? Our good friend Kim. She is probably stopping in and checking us out in between Shark Week. She's a big shark aficionado.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, I love you guys, but Shark Week. I'm like,
Shark Week.
say less. I get it. I enjoy Shark Week a lot. It's interesting, the things, especially if it's something you've watched for like the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
The advances that we've made on the knowledge of shark behavior and stuff has wildly progressed. Crazy. Mr. Sickman says, does Deb eat chicken nuggies? Boneless. Wings aren't wings.
They aren't.
I agree.
They're nuggets.
I agree. They are. Hopefully chicken breast nuggets, but
Yeah.
one never knows. Yeah, but we will be making actual wings.
Yes, actual wings.
Yeah. Can't hardly call it a wing off and have boneless.
Right.
So, far, the shark shows are a little cheesy. Yeah.
I never was in Shark Week.
Really?
Nope.
Yeah. I almost wish they would just do, well, I don't because I know there's people that love it. But for me, I'm like, you could do a shark day. And
Right.
That'd be good. Like, I'll check in on the evening at the prime time. Like, these are the shows not to miss. And everything else, I'm like, I feel like there's not enough, you know? Because, and everything, and tell me if I'm wrong, because it's been a minute since I've seen Shark Week, but it's all great white centric. I'm like, there's like hundreds of species. Like, let's, I digress. Mike MC in the house. King's X Nuggets.
Hey,
Sounds like those are gonna suck.
Oh!
I kid.
They'll taste 10 years ahead of their time.
That's fair. It's chicken breast. I'm a little shocked you prefer it, Jared. Well, you shouldn't be. I enjoy being clean.
I think it's the breast thing he's referring to.
Yeah, true. I'm not yeah. All right. Love wings. Prefer flats over drummies. You know, I'm kind of a flats guy too. I didn't used to be. I was definitely a drummy guy before, but anymore I'm like, you know, something about flats are just a little bit easier to
There
eat.
is a way for flats. You do pull the bone and twist, and you just slide all that meat off. If
and you
know
don't
how
have
to
to gristle around the joint that you do on a drummy. That's why I changed. Yeah. Deb would rather have chicken strips. Yeah, I totally get that. I totally get that. Deb's going to be on one of our episodes of the cooking show.
Is she?
She is. So I put on our Patreon page. Yeah, I see. I don't
She
even
gonna do
tell you
chicken-
these things.
She's going to do chicken strips?
No. She's going to do, I won't say what. If she wants to, she can. She's going to do chicken something. I'll leave it at that.
Cacciatore?
Huh?
Cacciatore?
No. But
Pot pie?
So I put it on our
Zucchini?
Patreon that what better way to give back to the people that have supported us, give them first dibs on, here is a look at all the 52 weeks. What would you like to come and cook with us? And so we have several people that are like this and that. And yeah, there's some that I had blocked out because we already had plans for, or we had already shot.
Right.
And so, yeah, we've got some patrons that are going to be joining us on
Nice.
that cooking show over the next year. So, yeah, it's going to be fun.
I'll make sure I
There
wear
you go.
pants those nights.
Deb gave you the answer.
What? Chicken surprise?
Mm-hmm.
So we don't even know what you're cooking?
Well, I do.
I mean, I only got to produce the show, right? I don't have to know what's
Right,
going
yeah.
on.
It's chicken week here on that cooking show. Not to be confused with Shark.
Shark Week, yep. These shows, you eat the chicken. Shark Week, it's the other way around.
Right, yeah.
In Shark Week, shark eat you.
Yeah. Chris says, I dibs on one day. Going to be fun. Yes, it is going to be fun. I don't know why, but flats tend to give you less chances of food stuck in teeth. Interesting.
Because you're not like corn uncobbing flats.
Yeah, I guess not. Yeah. I don't know. This thing is so slow, it's ridiculous. All right.
Okay, what?
I don't know.
Mm.
Just, putting a bow on the chicken.
Okay.
That sounded awful.
Bow on the chicken.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, that's what the kids call it nowadays.
Oh, my goodness. Well, let's see here. Aw.
Oh, we're out of time.
Out of time?
We are apparently so.
Apparently
it says
so.
that's
That's it.
that's what it says.
Right there, it says out of,
Out of time.
We are the world. We are out of time. And finally, Deb says, I've never made what we are making, and it's one of my favorites. No idea what goes into it besides chicken, so it's a surprise. That's
Okay.
awesome. I actually really love hearing that. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that when she's like that.
Yeah.
I knew that she told me that it's one of her favorites. And when she goes out, that's like her go-to for that.
Cool.
So I'm excited to show somebody. Peel back the curtain. This is all it is to it. Who's coming to KC Renfest this fall? There's going to be some great new entertainment.
Is that her pirate band?
Well, her pirate man. That
Band,
is
pirate band.
Roddy and Jules,
Oh yeah.
which we saw a preview of this week at Carrie's.
Oh, okay. I
Boy,
wasn't-
you are tired.
No, I wasn't there for them
Oh,
when
that's
they were.
right, you missed that.
Yeah, I missed that. I was.
It's on my Facebook. I
Okay.
did Facebook Live. my phone was all out of memory, and so I was like, well, I can't just do that, so I had to do the live thing, which then everybody's like, hey, Jared's going live, and I'm like, oh god. I didn't do it for the sake of going live. I did it so that they would have video of their performance. But yeah, if you want to go back and check it out,
I will have to.
Yeah, it was good. So yeah,
it hadn't showed up in my feed, so
well, you're probably not subscribed
to you,
right? He probably blocked me. I don't know. When in the fall is this, Julia? Let us know down in the comments. Christopher says, I try to make chicken strip, but do you know how hard it is to put clothes on a chicken?
But
well, if you try to make a chicken strip, you should try taking the clothes off, not on.
Well, they have to put clothes on first, and then you...
Isn't that what the feathers are?
I guess.
Aren't they dressed in a boa?
Could be.
Christopher says, good night. Everybody, have a good week. You too, my friend. Everybody, have a good week. Let's see here. If I could. Oh, of course not.
Are we frozen? So we got final thoughts, huh?
Final thoughts. What you got, Josh?
I got to get this thing back up. There we go. Final thoughts. Just be safe driving out there, man. I see a lot of crazy people on the road.
Yeah.
And see accidents. Just be careful. Take care of yourself.
In case you didn't know, because it was brought to my attention, I didn't know it either. Last week, I think it was, the state of Missouri passed a hands-free only in your vehicle's law, and the guts of it is, if your car is moving, you can't have this. You can't be scrolling. You can't be like holding your phone talking. It has to be 100% hands-free. Now, if you're stopped at a red light or if you're in a parking lot, of course you can do whatever you want on your phone. But it's to try to cut down on exactly that kind of stuff. I don't think texting or anything was involved in that one. I think it was alcohol and speeding, but nonetheless, there's tons of them. So be careful out there. Put your phones away. Do your job when you're driving, and your job when you're driving is to drive.
To drive, yeah.
So, Steven says Labor Day weekend. Labor Day through weekend. Labor Day weekend through after Columbus Day, I think is what that's supposed to say. This is like playing Wheel of Fortune, but with scrambled words. And Julia says September 2nd through October 15th, every Saturday and Sunday in that time range, plus Labor Day and Columbus Day Mondays. Nice. Well, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what's going on. Sounds like it'd be a fun little trip, that's for sure. I don't know what I'd wear. Maybe a feather boa?
Probably.
Do they have those back then? I don't care. I'll wear it.
Just
can I borrow yours?
I have to find it, but it's at the house somewhere.
It's in the back of the closet?
No, it's at the house.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so final thoughts from Josh are drive careful,
drive
pay attention,
carefully,
all that
safe.
good stuff.
Yep.
Final thoughts are from me. Thanks for the support, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for the patience. Give us just a little bit more, and we'll get the train back on the tracks. In the meantime, and in between time, please hit the subscribe button over at That Cooking Show on YouTube. Notification bell. Watch a few videos. We've got, I think, three videos that we've uploaded so far. So, and some more in the can that we're gonna keep pumping it out.
Right in the can.
Right in the can. Right in the can. Hey, don't forget the times are hard for everybody. So may your cup of coffee or whatever you're drinking be strong, and your love of music be strong, but your sense of humor be even stronger. We'll see you on the next show, whenever in the wide world of sports that may be. Julia Lee Cobb says Christy Press can verify that the Magic Closet works. And she says, Magic Closet at my house, borrow what you need. There you go. Love you guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.